Today, we are going to the tallest mountain in South Korea called Mount Hallasan. Going to Mount Hallasan, we took one of its shortest trail called the eorimok Trail. From Sky Park Hotel, we took bus 255 as early as 5 o'clock in the morning, since we hear that the trails are quite challenging during the winter. There are multiple trails going to the mountain, but most of the popular trails require pre-booked appointment, which is almost always fully booked. The eorimok Trail has the convenience of having the shortest route, and they accept walk-ins too. From the bus stop, we hiked another 2 kilometers going to the entrance of the trail. The view is so nice. During winter season, the rangers require you to wear crampons during the hike. Crampons are essentially metal spikes that are attached to your shoes to avoid slippage when walking on ice. Looks like we are ready to go. Jeju winter is considered mild as compared to the mainland. Today, it's around 1 degree Celsius. Pretty severe if you ask us. Eorimok Trail is a 4.7 kilometer trail from the entrance. The pathways are well maintained so that inexperienced and beginner hikers like us can manage well without much difficulty, or so we thought. The trail will usually take at least 4.5 hours to finish, and another 4 hours for the descent. There are no canteens on the trail, so we had to rely on the food and water we prepared at the hotel. This is one of the iconic landmarks on the trail just before we start climbing up.
Wow.
Mandatory 360-degree selfie video before the climb.
You are here, halfway there. Sorry.
We just started our climb, and we are already regretting all our life decisions. It's actually harder than it looks.
Pwede na magsakay, anak.
We are now at 1.1 kilometers above sea level.
Okay. Surprise!
It looks like we over-prepared our coat for the hike. We initially wore 5 layers at the start of the hike, but slowly removed them because it made us sweat so much. Every time we stopped for a break, we had to blanket ourselves again because of how cold it was. Our advice for people hiking here during winter, and if you're from a tropical country, wear moderate coat, exercise beforehand, and only have short rests during the hike. We definitely learned some lesson that day. The snow cap was not soft enough because it was past 3 days since it snowed. This is why hiking in snow is challenging, because you could easily get stuck at knees height when walking. Just look at this poor fella. We just arrived at the resting place where most hikers chill for a bit before continuing. We just made the most delicious coffee here. Time to continue the walk.
Trail is done.
We found this hidden gem while walking. Apparently, this is the famous Jeju water and is free for all. Jeju water is a continuously flowing water source near the top of the mountain and is potable. It could just be in our heads, but the water seems to have some degree of sweetness. Very delicious. Whew, so tiring. Need to catch our breath, but the view is all worth it.
Is this
We are almost at the top now.
Laverne. Okay.
Yay, we made it to the top. It was a good 5 hours of hike and our hands and feet are already numb. But we are not done yet because we still need to go down before the park closes and we weren't sure we could have made it. Just look at this stunning view at around 2 kilometers from sea level. So tiring, but it's still another 3 hours before we finish this hike.
I'm gonna hit you.
Just enjoying ourselves while going down. This is our first time throwing snowballs at each other.
grabe naman
It's
sana.
actually quite painful. Here we are trying to experiment on how to go down much faster. Sliding down is actually not a bad idea.
Go!
Ryu finally arrived at the exit. Time to clean our shoes. Thank you for watching.